Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's been a long time, but we are back. And today my husband has some question for me and we're going to be discussing it. So it's like I'm on the hot seat today, but I should be fine. Don't roast me.
Yeah, I will try. I will try. Hi guys. I came across something on the internet and was about marriage, that what actually informed your decision. Why did you get married, and why most people believe marriage is transactional. Like they believe you have something you want to get. Like say probably for the lady, they say, okay, one of the things that inform their decision is, okay, how well to do the guy is. Does he have money? Does he have career? Then for the guy, probably the body shape, the physical attributes. Sometimes guys also marry up probably for money. So the discussion was centered around that marriage is not centered on love. Like people have to make um their decisions based on the things that they can see. Probably the guy has money or some. I don't know if you guys get what I'm saying. Like love is not, like the argument was love is not in the picture. So I got home and I was chatting with my wife that what informed your decision? Why? What do you think? Not per se, but what do you think informed people's decision? Why do people have to get married? Or like what informed their decision? Is it for love? Is love the basis of their decision? So I'm going to be throwing the question to her. What do you think? Why do you think people choose their partner? What are they seeing in the partner? Why? What exactly?
Okay, so this is, I don't think there'll be a right or wrong answer to this question. And if you are watching this, you can also drop your own answer to it. But for me, I think they are not wrong to an extent. Not because love is not based or love is not a basis for marriage. Love is also a basis for marriage. But to an extent, every person that have gotten married would have taken a look at who they want to get married to. Like, do the person fit or do the person meet their need in marriage to some extent? For example, as a Christian, you want to get married to a Christian. Yeah, that's like you already have like
Like
you have a
like
specification of who you want to get married to. So for me now, for an example, let's say I say I fell in love with someone that is not a Christian. No matter the kind of love, I would tell myself to unfall in love if there's any word like that, because that does not fit my specification. Because I have a specification, the person must be a child of God, the person must be a Christian. But will I say because I got married to a Christian, I got married to a child of God, does that mean it's not based on love? It is still based on love. It is, because at the end of the day, when you get married, you still choose that person. It's for better or for worst. This is for Christians, and Christians that I would say they are mature, because we have a lot of Christians today, even pastors divorce and remarry. According to the Bible, marriage is meant to be forever. Once you sign it or once you say I do, you guys are meant to be forever and forever and forever together. So that is the love where the, I would say, the unconditional love comes in. And to another extent, why I said those people are not totally wrong is because everyone looks at who they want to get married with. Like I said, a Christian will want to get married to a Christian. You also want to look at the purpose of that person and vision. Does this person's purpose or vision aligns with mine? Maybe you, as a man, you know you are going to be having a ministry, and you want a woman that will also key into that ministry. Is something that is important for you to look at in marriage. That doesn't mean your choice will not be on marriage
that
too.
also support what they are saying. Like that means marriage, for example, because that means marriage in itself
Mhm.
is not formed based on love. Like I also mentioned something. I also thought of something like, okay, if you have to look at the God kind of love, like God was not looking for God to love us. He was not looking at where we are coming from. He was not looking at who we are, what we have done in the time past. He was not looking at anything. What he was saying or what he said is just come as you are. So, and he loved us regardless of where we are coming from. So, can we now say, as Christians, we are not having that God kind of love where I'm not looking at where you're coming from. Either you have money, either you are beautiful or ugly, either you are this or that. Like, are we now saying our decision is just purely love? Can we say we have that God kind of love that all our decision is just purely based on God's kind of love, where we are not looking at either the guy has money or not, either he has a better career or not? Can we say our marriage can be based on that, or our choice by the time we want to choose a life partner? Can we say our choice can be based on that?
I think there are different kind of love. We have the agape love, which is what you're talking about. There is filial love. There is eros love. Can't remember the other ones. So if you are talking about unconditional, for example, now if you say, okay, we should just love everybody, just like Christ love
Yeah.
everybody and accept everybody, and that one too is a form of marriage because the Bible, the Christ is the head, we are the
That is
bride
true,
and
right?
everything. But I don't think that can work in this human setting because that means you are saying, okay, I can just walk up to
Walk
the
up to
street
anybody and
and then pick a guy and say, okay, I love you with the love of God. I don't care wherever you are from. I don't even care whether you believe in God or whether you are an atheist or you are formerly a trans or
okay.
you're even a woman before and you change
Yeah.
to a man. I don't want to care. We love you. I love you, and we get married together and spend the rest of your life together. For me, I don't think that is logical. Marriage is something that you're going to spend forever. And if
So
you're
so
going to
we
spend
so we still
forever
need to
with
look
someone,
at
you
those
still need to look
factors.
at those factors. Even the Bible said it. The Bible says, do not be unequally yoked with unbeliever in
Yeah.
terms of marriage. Not just marriage, even in terms of business. You want to form a business partnership, don't be unequally yoked. So the fact that the Bible says we should love does not mean
Mhm.
when you get to marriage, you should just choose anybody and love
So
them and
so
say you are getting
it is
married to
safe
them.
to say for either as a guy or as a lady. Let me say as from perspective of a guy now. Let me say, okay, it's safe to say, okay, if I'm going to choose someone I'm going to get married to, then I can look at physical attributes. I can look like we know that everybody have this checklist and they are different preference. Like for some, physical attribute might be the first thing, why spiritual attribute might be the last. For some, it might be the other way around. So for a typical guy, what if so we are is we can say, okay, a guy can say, okay, first on my list, number one, she should probably be tall. Number two, she should be heavily endowed. Number three, she should have a good career. Number four, then she love God. Or some might put love God the first. That is what those people are also saying, that okay, there is something that has actually informed your decision.
Of course, there is.
So in that in between all those things that form your decision, can we
Mm-hmm.
now say, okay, it's after you have gotten what you want,
Mm-hmm.
then you can say you love this person. After all your checklist has been checked, you
Mm-hmm.
can now say, okay, I love this person because all my checklist has been checked.
Sometimes all your checklist does not check. But as Christian, this is for Christian, the list that we should have should be mostly godly list. Like the number one on our list should be that okay, this person is a believer, a
Okay.
mature Christian, not just a church goer, not just someone that goes to church or works in church because he's a pastor. There are some pastors that are not born again. So your first thing on the list is this person is a Christian. There's nothing wrong about having such on your list. Two, does this person fit my purpose? Are we going in the same direction? It's not that this person is going this way, or this person is going this way. For example, this one is just an example. Okay, you guys want to get married, but husband wants to stay in Nigeria, wife wants to stay in
So,
Canada. How do you guys want to achieve that kind of marriage? It doesn't work. So purpose and vision too is another thing. Does this person fit my purpose and mission? You want to have a ministry, and the wife you want to get married to said she does not want to have anything to do with that.
so,
I don't want to be a pastor's wife. How do you guys want to do that kind of marriage? And you not say, okay, well, I'm unconditionally in love with the person. I don't know. If the person might later change and compromise and say, okay, no problem, fine. But that should be done before marriage. That should be done before marriage. And then the aspect of God's will also comes in. We are
So
talking
in
about
that
Christian,
God's
God's will.
will,
In God's will that we say as Christian, the truth is we also still look at things that we want in a way.
okay,
It's just that some people may focus on the godly aspect, while some people will focus on the physical aspect and say, okay, this person must be earning 6 figure or 7 figure
figures.
a month. If it's not, pum, off my list. But the truth is, every one of us, no matter who you are, whether you're a pastor, unless you want to lie, you looked at the person you want, you took a, even if it's just for a month or whatever time, and then you prayed. That's why we now put the spiritual. We prayed and said, okay, God, I've seen this
This
person.
person.
I like this person. This person kind of fits my, it may not be 100% because irrespective of the way, nobody can fit you 100. They must
Mm-hmm.
compromise you.
There must be
There are
some
some things on
compromise.
your list that you might overlook, like, okay, this one is not really okay. It doesn't matter whether he earns 7 figures. It doesn't matter whether she has 8 figures. It doesn't matter whether she's from this tribe or whatever. You can still overlook that one. But you can see that, okay, this person, most of the high priorities on my list are ticked.
Check.
And you now go to God and say, God, I have come again. Is this person the right person for me? And then sometimes God can say, no, it's not.
Even though all those
Even
things
though
have been
all those
checked.
things, even though your feelings have already started coming in, God can say, no, no, it's not. That's where God will come in. And once God says no, you just back out. Okay, no. Even though this person fits my list,
At
there
least
might be something God is saying that I am not.
not saying.
So no. And if God say yes, then you're like, oh, thank God. Perfect. You'll be happy. And then the love, the love comes in how will I call it? Like people say love is a choice. It's not just the
Yeah.
feeling, it's not just the butterfly feeling and everything. Because sometimes when you get married, sometimes you wake up in the middle of the night and be looking at your spouse and be like, oh, where
And
did I
I can
even
remember
find
how
this
this
guy
is.
from? Where did I even find him from? Then where did I find this girl? Why did I marry her? And then maybe you settle your issue and the next one again, you're like,
Mm-hmm.
oh God, thank you for
For
giving me
dealing with
this
this guy.
wonderful man. Same person that said, where did I find him from
Find it
yesterday?
from.
You'll be thanking God today again. Ah, thank God for this wonderful man. So it happens like that in marriage, but where the choice comes from, the love is you have chosen to love that person forever. So irrespective of whatever happens in marriage, you've chosen to love them and to stay with them forever.
So we either as Christians or not Christians,
Mm-hmm.
we can say, okay, for you to make a choice or
Mm-hmm.
when you're choosing someone, there is something that you must also look at.
Yeah,
Like
there is.
after you have say, okay, I love this person, or while you are making that decision,
Mm-hmm.
you also need to look at your checklist and say, okay, this person must meet this criteria.
Mm-hmm.
So are we now saying that all marriages or relationship, let's say marriages now, there is none that is based on love? Like I know this guy does not have money, he does his career is zero, he's not coming from a good family, he's not coming from this and that, but I'm choosing him and this is the guy.
There are a lot
Like
of people
it's
that
based
are
on love,
getting married.
like that there are no factors.
It
Are we not
doesn't
saying there are
mean
no factors
there
like
is no marriage, that there is no factor. It may not just be the factor that you are listing.
listen?
There are people that don't have any career or whatever and they are married.
Or probably it might just be something little like okay,
There are a lot of people.
because this person
So,
can sing,
mm-hmm,
then like this person. Or because probably for some, I know Christian and as a Christian, it's not good for us to have premarital sex. Sometimes it might just be okay because this person is good in bed.
for
Probably
for for unbelievers,
for
it might
unbelievers,
be.
it might just be okay because this guy or this lady satisfies me well,
Mm-hmm.
then that is my number one reason
Mm-hmm.
for going to marriage with this person. Probably I've been with different other guys, I've been with different other ladies, but because this partner or this other lady or guy
Mm-hmm.
satisfy me sexually, then this is my main reason. Because if we like it or not, there are people who either, I'm not saying Christians now, because as Christians we know okay, you can have that kind of mentality, like having
There are
premarital
some
sex, be
Christians that
choosing
are doing it,
based on yeah,
but
that
it
might be
doesn't make
some,
it
but it
right.
doesn't make it right. So, and like I said, we can't shy away from the fact that okay, for people who are not Christians,
Mhm.
or who even some who are not, like,
And
because they're also moralists,
there are some people that are not Christians that don't even have
don't even have
sex.
sex. Yes, yes.
I
Who
have
believe, who
Muslim
are
friends
moralists, like
that don't have sex before marriage.
yeah. So for those who are not Christian, probably sometimes their main choice might just be okay because
The person
this
is
person
good in
service is good in
bed.
bed. That means that is my basis
Yeah,
for
for
picking
some
this
people.
person. Without this, then it's no go area.
Yeah, for some people, it might be that. But the truth is, in this generation, there is absolutely no one that can say they got married without any factor in place, whether it is godly factor or the worldly factor or whatever.
There
It
must
might
be
not
some.
just be the factor that you are looking at. People always say ladies like rich guys, people like
Mhm.
people that, but there are a lot of poor people that are married, poor in
In
quotes,
quotes.
that are married. There are people that don't have a white collar job that are married.
Married.
There are some people you will even see married with two, three wives, living inside
Mhm.
one room,
They're
and
married.
they are married, and it is women that marry them. So the fact that some set of people will not marry them doesn't mean someone else will not marry them.
Yeah.
That's something I've noticed about life. Irrespective of how someone might be, their character,
You
their
will still
whatever,
find
you
something
will still
that
find someone that is
more
compatible with the
compatible
person
with
in
you.
quotes. Compatible in quotes with the person. So whether the person is rich or poor, you will still find someone that will marry you. The factor the person might look at will may not be
Be
riches,
riches.
might be something, maybe the way the guy treats the lady is just the way she wants. Treat her with respect, treat
Respect.
her with love, pay attention to her, and it's okay for her. They are fine.
But I will also add that no matter what you are looking at, like as your choice, like probably your checklist or something, we should downplay. I'm not saying we should not look at some things that are important to us, but we should downplay physical attributes more. Like say somebody might like, I would definitely speak for a guy, probably speak for a lady. Somebody as a guy, based on physical attribute, you might also look at okay, she's some height, she's 6 feet tall, she's beautiful, she's black or chocolate, or she's white, or she's heavily endowed front and back and everything. Those things might be good to you, like they are good. There's nothing bad in you desiring. There's nothing bad in you longing out for something that your eyes can see. But as much as those things are good, I think they should not be the topmost on our list because I discovered that the reason why people have issues, especially marriages, breaking, crumbling these days and everything, I think if we can repurpose or rediscover or repurpose why we are going to marriage, what is informing our decision, I think we are going to do better, really, because if everything you think about is 6 feet, 6 tall, 6 feet tall, breast, bomb, what is her
Sex.
career or sex, or what is she doing or something, then you are probably going to have problem, because probably something might happen later in the future. Probably if it's sex, probably she can't satisfy you as much as you want when you get into marriage, or she lost that job, or something happened, the physical attribute that you're looking at, something happened to it. So I think beyond those physical attributes, we should rearrange our checklist. We should put some things probably later lower down the list or something. Why the God factor? For example, anything for me, what comes first in my list is, does this person love God? Does this person love God? Because if somebody can be beautiful and be a demon, somebody can. I've seen issues there was time that I was training on Twitter where people, married couples, leave Nigeria, go to UK, and by the time they get to UK, the wife started making money. Probably the husband is going to school, the wife started making money, and the wife stopped supporting the man. Normally, probably the agreement, because when you're coming to UK, like, probably the agreement was okay, you're going to work full time while you support me, while I go to school and help me to pay some bills and everything. And the woman got to UK and they stopped supporting the husband. So the most important thing for you, if does the person love God? If the person loves God, the person is going to treat you right, the person is going to stand right by you. So the major factor should be, does the person love God? Is the person truly a born again Christian? If the person is truly a born again Christian, or if the person loves God, then everything will be good. Then you can now, after you are put in God factor first, then everything can now follow. Okay, does whatever you like, it's not wrong for you to like a beautiful woman or a handsome guy or something. But I think our checklist, the first thing that should be on the list, because I, like you said, love is also a decision. Like you decide that you want to get married to this person, you are deciding to love this person. Though this person is not 100%, I am not 100%, she is not 100%, but we are bringing uh our imperfection. Though our imperfection is perfected in God, in quote, our imperfection in quote is perfected in God. So we are coming as a perfect person in God, and we are bringing it together. So I believe if you can put those rearrange those checklists and put God factor first, then I think we are gonna do better in marriages.
And then another thing is, I wanted to say, maybe it's just this generation that only base marriage on both love and transaction. That in the olden days, in the olden days, they always just
Sometimes
bring
you don't even
people.
know them. You just meet, they
But
just
then
that on
I
that day
thought
that they get
about that
married.
and I said it's still based on transaction, because in one way or the other, the ally will
Yeah,
have looked at the
looked at the
family they
family.
are going to. Do they have sickness in that family?
Exactly.
What kind of thing? So it's still kind of
Transaction.
transactional
They would
in
have
a
looked for
way.
the best set
And
of
then
girls.
my brain went to the Bible days too, when Isaac wanted to get married to Rebecca, and Abraham told the servant to go to his family side to go and get a wife. So it still has a criteria, like don't marry a Canaanite woman for my son. Make sure you go to my family to go and get it. So
Okay.
it's still kind of, there's still
That's the
criteria
criteria that you
to
must
there.
go to a particular
Uh-huh.
family.
And when they brought the Rebecca to Isaac, when Isaac saw her, they said he loved her
Mm.
and made her his wife, and they lived together. So in a way, factors will always be there. Then love to has to be there. It shouldn't
Yeah,
just be on factor
factor.
alone. There should also be that decision that you will make, that yes, this person, we are staying together. Báwo làwọn Yorùbá ṣe máa ń sọ, kíní kan lálábàákú ẹwà,
Equal Abapawa.
èkùrọ́ lálábàákú ẹwà, both of you,
They are staying together.
you are staying together
Irrespective of what's
irrespective of
happening.
whatever happen. You guys are staying together. So I think that's where the love and
So
choice
I
and
think
whatever
we
come
should
in.
let people also drop their comment. Let's see what you think. Do you think marriage is transactional? Do you think it's based on love? Do you think you should have a checklist? Do you think whatever you
And
think?
then there are
Let's
another
just know what you
set of
think.
people that, even though they know that this person is not good for them in quotes, like it doesn't fit their criteria. For example, a lady, the guy is eating you and beating you, and then you still say you
See,
love the
you love the
person
person.
and you want to get married to the person. Or as a guy, you saw that this lady is, I don't know, rude, she's not homely, and you're still saying, I love her, I love her. The thing is, the problem for those kind of people does not come during the relationship, it comes when they
Now
get
it
married.
comes when they get
When they
married.
now get married, that's when they're like, I can't do this thing again. And people that have told them before, those red flags, like, didn't I tell you? But once they get
Get
married, after a
married.
few years, they are not able to, you know, to condone those behavior anymore. They get tired, and the love in quotes will not be able to
Mm.
what, to overcome those factors again. That's why both is important. Love and factors. You have to look at them.
Look
Someone
at
cannot
them.
be hurting you intentionally, or you can't see that this person is not the right thing for
I'll be
you,
looking at it
and you
because
will
this person has
say,
checked your list.
I love the person,
But because the person has checked your
or
list and you're not
whatever.
looking at those
No,
things.
no, no. For me, personally, even if I hear audible voice from God that okay, this person is my husband, and he's doing things that is contrary to the
The
Bible, or
Bible.
something that is hurting me, I
God
will
might have even
revisit.
changed. God might have even changed his
I will
mind, and probably
revisit.
you are not the one listening.
I will revisit that voice. Maybe it's
The,
not
the,
God's
the,
voice.
the thing is, even if you have heard God
Mm-hmm.
and you are seeing the person probably beating you or doing something to you, the people change. And if the person has changed, probably God has been speaking to the person and the person is not listening.
Mm.
God might tell you it's time for you to move on because this person has decided not to change, or this person has moved away from me, and I've been speaking to him and he's not changing. That means God might tell you, okay, as you as a lady, then it's time for you to move. Even though you have heard God, you also need to go back to God. God, what is happening? And at that time, God might be telling you, or God might have even be speaking to you. It's time for you to pack your bags. I think this my son that is fit for you is no more fit and is going wayward. Like probably God has spoken to him, God has sent people to him or something, and it's not changing. That might be the end. So you also need to move on. So till the time you get married, you still need to keep
To keep
hearing
praying,
God, keep praying, and
keep
both of you
praying,
be trusting God.
keep praying
So
until you are married. Even after marriage, you still keep praying. That's why
yeah,
the Bible say pray without
pray
ceasing.
without
You
ceasing.
keep praying.
So sometimes that there are prayers that you can also pray that God, I won't do wrong. Even as a married person, as a married man, as a married woman, you also need to trust God that you won't do wrong, you won't act wrong, and you will live according and your marriage according to standard of God's word. So let's know your view. Let's see comments. Let's see what you guys think about marriage, if it's transactional or not, or if you should have a checklist or not. So let's see what you guys think.
So thank you guys for watching. If you have not subscribed to my channel, make sure you subscribe.
Yeah.
Drop a comment, like this video, share this video too. I will see you guys next time.
Bye
Bye.
bye.
You know.